Hello and welcome everyone. Aloha. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Today's Friday, at least for me, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and this is the time we get together every week. We've been doing so, 5+ years now, at least 3 or 4. We get together and talk about any and all things vegan. So if you're here already, you're part of the crew. I see all of our regulars starting to show up. And if you're watching after the fact, hello. If you're watching after the fact and you like what's going on here, do all that nice, kind stuff like hit like, subscribe, because this is the place where you can get together every Friday and talk about, like I said, any and all things vegans. We have a very active and very friendly, non-a-hole, really cool, chill, peaceful, rational, evidence-based group of vegans that hang out and chill here with us every Friday. So yeah, if this sounds like your tribe, join. We'd love to have you. Seriously, we'd love to grow our numbers here. We always welcome cool new people to our group here. If you're just vegetarian, cool. I'm not going to be a dick to you or anything like that. If you want to learn more about veganism, you have some questions you want to ask, cool. And if you're not even vegan or vegetarian, still, you can ask questions. We will treat you kindly. As long as you're kind to us, I'm just like a backboard when you're playing like racquetball or tennis or something like that. If you're cool and nice, I'll be cool and nice back to you. So I kind of reciprocate. I prefer kindness though, despite the title of these streams. But I do invite my last category of guests here. If you're not vegan, you're welcome to watch, obviously, but if you're not vegan and you just don't like veganism, I prefer if you're not vegan, at least you're open-minded, and that's why you're here. You're not here to fight or anything like that. You're here to just learn, to see that, we don't die from protein deficiency if we go see Billie Eilish play for 3.5 hours and all she's serving there is vegan food. You'll survive. You're not going to die, and you can see a lot of us living vegans here who haven't died yet from protein deficiency. But if you're in the last category, you hate vegans, you hate veganism, you hate me, you're some kind of bigot or something like that, we don't like you, but you can try to present your argument or evidence as to why you think veganism sucks or whatever. And if you're civil, and we can try to have some kind of conversation. So anyway, welcome everyone. Thanks for putting up with my long intro here. I see we got Peter and Uncle here. So we got 2 moderators. So no trolls are gonna get through. I remember I got so excited last week. I shouldn't call him a troll, but I was a hater, an anti-vegan at least, and it was funny how he claimed my blood labs with showing that I had high testosterone or AI. We showed it was made 6 years ago. The guy ran faster than any Usain Bolt sprint I've ever seen. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. And maybe we'll get some more kind, friendly, typically gentlemen like that at some point, because people were upset with my Billie Eilish video. I don't know why. I can see why people were upset with my video about AI debunking carnivore and stuff like that, because it pisses off carnivores. But I thought my Billie Eilish video was very level-headed. It just shows, you don't have to eat there. Most people don't eat at concerts. You don't have to go. But if you do eat there, you'll eat plants and you're not going to die. I didn't see how it was a win-lose. It was like a win-win. But some people saw it as a loss. They thought somehow their freedoms and choices were being taken away from them for 3.5 hours by vegans forcing delicious food onto them that doesn't go against any moral principles or anything like that. Anyway, if any of you guys are out there lurking, because I invited a few of you very fine, nice gentlemen who were upset and triggered that you couldn't get the thought of not being able to access meat or dairy for 4 hours, totally freaked you out. You thought the world was about to end or something like that. I feel sorry if you the thought of that, just 4 hours of no meat or dairy, makes you think you gotta start preparing for end times or something like that. Wow, talk about precious snowflakes. But anyway, I invited a few of these fine, I presume, like I said, gentlemen to come, and we'll see if any of them take me up on my invitations. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming out, everyone. Let's see. Peter, Zero Shoes, came out with some new shoes for the fall, but every single one is made of leather. What jerks. At least they still have that Dylan shoe I really want to get at some point. Let's see. Metalhead, you love being vegan, plan to go to a vegan festival next year. Which one? I want to say hi to AJ and Late Model. We missed you. Was last week, right? Or was it the week before? I can't remember anymore now. But we did, was that last week? You were back. Yeah, I'm just not smart today. I didn't get the greatest sleep last night because of the weather. Hey Johnny, so protein deficient. You got just a mere 200 grams of protein a day. That's impossible, right? Vegans can't get protein, let alone 200 grams of protein. Hey Jay, yeah, that food looked really good at the Billie Eilish concert too, and I think it has something to do with her mother, who does like vegan food services and catering. In fact, I remember one time, I believe I was emailing with her mother about something. I can't remember what it was. It was a few years ago. But anyway, yeah, that's no surprise if her mom is either directly involved or indirectly involved. And plus, London, England is kind of sort of a mecca of vegans and vegan food and stuff like that too. So it sounds like a great confluence, a great place to have a vegan-only concert. Hey AJ, your Veg Fest is in October. Which one? Where's it at? And is it like a New York one or upstate, or where's your closest one at? Uncle, you somehow sleep better when it's warm? Huh, that goes against science. I've read like the best sleeping temperatures like in the upper 60 degrees or something like that. Maybe that's what it turns out to be for you at night where you're at. But yeah, me and Sarah, we like it cold. Yeah, just long story short, you guys know we got a brand new air conditioning system put on in April, but we were having some problems with the units. The one in here is fine, but we were having trouble with the units in our bedroom and living room, which share a wall. Bedroom's on one side, living room's on the other. They stopped working this week, and I was so pissed off. Like, why'd we spend all that money and have it go down during a heat wave of all things? But anyway, fortunately, the company that installed it, they're really cool. They came the next day, today, and they told us that they reused some electrical and communication lines that were there from our previous install from like 15 years ago. They tested it all and they tested fine, but apparently the communication line is not as good as it ought to be, because yeah, we couldn't turn the air conditioner on last night. So it was like 79 degrees in our bedroom. I just came and slept on this couch right here last night, so that's why I didn't get the greatest sleep. So yeah, so as far as you know, our new air conditioning stuff's just fine, just the old communication line. So they're going to come Monday morning. Fortunately, I don't have to wait that long. Unfortunately, it's a weekend I have to wait. They're not working, but fortunately, the very next business day, they're coming and they're going to put in a brand new line for us. So hopefully, once and for all now, we're good. I'm not going to see those guys for a while, unless they're coming to do some regular maintenance or service. So we got to dodge a few warm nights here. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to sleep tonight or not, but I found I can kind of turn it on in the bedroom for a little while. Sometimes it stays on for a few hours. Sometimes it's 10, 20 minutes. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try to turn it on after this live stream. Just crank it up. Just make it as cold as I can, as quickly as I can, and see where we stand. But yeah, it's really hard for me to sleep when it's above like 76 degrees. I mean, I went to bed last night, it was 77. I tried everything. I opened up windows, I had fans pulling cool air. But when it's only 76 or 75 outside, it's not really making much of a difference. So it sucks. Spent all that time and money replacing our air conditioning, and our communication line decides to bite the dust during a freaking heat wave. Like, how come it couldn't have bit the dust like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, or a month ago? I had to pick right now. It sucks. It's like, the devil is after me or something, man. Just trying to make my life is just lame as possible. Just like it's trying to distract me from my purposes here, like my vegan activism, my music, and everything. So anyway, sucks. I don't really believe in the devil anyway. I just use that as a metaphor. Anyway, hey Johnny, you slept in the woods for 2.5 weeks. You missed your mattress. Is that with your army, your military? That's what you said you're doing. You're doing something with the military for a little bit. And you said you're back, and you're glad to be back, right? Hey Fallon. Hey Fallon Marie, how you doing? Hey Ryan, I noticed that they don't have a date posted for the SoCal Veg Fest. A lot of your coworkers and friends were excited when to go this year. Not sure if there will be one. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, they're tough. I know the people who run it. I haven't gone since COVID, but I was involved with them most of the years prior to that. And, like 4 years prior, 3 or 4 years prior to that. And it's a lot of work. It's like an all year kind of planning sort of thing. Sure, there's not so much work maybe right after for the first few months, but still, it's a full-time job, and they both have full-time jobs. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And plus, it's hard and expensive to get a venue for a location like that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of tricky stuff, a lot of money involved. So I could see if someone might not want that responsibility. But I hope they come back. Those are all have been fun events, and I feel bad I haven't gone to the one since COVID. Hey, Fulmar Music. Yes, it is the Ryanator for sure. Hey, VLAM is in the hoose. Right on, hoose. That's my Scottish word for house. Hoose. Cameron, you gotta get a new shtick. 31 viewers in the live stream. That, you know, it's just whatever it is, man. Sometimes we have 80, 90, you know, it depends. I just got started 10 minutes ago. People are still getting here. But do you have any kind of argument against veganism, or you just want to attack the amount of people I have here? I mean, that's not really why I do this or anything like that. I don't think that the truthfulness of my arguments or what I say has any relationship to people in the live stream or anything like that. But if you have an actual argument rather than a really lame attempt at an ad hom or something like that, I'd love to hear it, but I really doubt you have one, because if that's the best thing you came fired out with, I'm going to get him here. He's only got 30. Right now I have 36 viewers that I'm getting. So it's already gone up since your shitty ad hom. But if you have some kind of argument or evidence as to why veganism is wrong or bad or debunked, I would love to hear it. So the ball's in your court right now. Go for it. Yeah, VLAM, negative people are not welcome, but I will allow them, him or her, and I presume it's a dude. Usually these toxic meat eaters are typically male. Not always, but like 90% of the time. So I'm going to let him go for it and try to present some kind of form of an argument or evidence. If he can't, and if he's going to continue to be an a-hole as he announced himself, pretty much a comment like that, hey, look at me, I'm an a-hole. I probably have nothing of any substance to say, but I'm going to be an a-hole. Anyway, but they're welcome to leave an argument. Hey, AJ, yeah, we do need a better class of trolls. Where are the high class, the high quality trolls? That's what I want, a high quality troll. Yeah, Johnny Bravo is saying, hey, Cameron, try to come with something better, lol, than a lame ad hom. Oh, you only have 30 viewers on right now. Yeah, I just started, bro. Just getting started. You know, and if there's only 30 odd viewers tonight, cool. I don't care. I'd be on if there's 10. It's cool. You know, I've had live streams where I've had way over like 100. You know, it all depends. You know, depends on what's going down. So I'm assuming that's the best Cameron had. Just came here and tried to ad hom me for not having what he believed to have a sufficient amount of viewers for a person to speak about veganism. Like, what is the minimum number of live stream viewers a person needs to speak truthfully about veganism, or any topic for that matter? 20? 100? Do you need 1,000? Like, what is the minimum required number to speak truthfully on a live stream? But anyway, I guess he's not coming. Nikki says, trolls, let us hear the soy latte California voice. Yeah, maybe tomorrow, if it ain't too warm, I'll go out and get some kind of soy latte or almond milk latte, or actually oat milk latte. Michael, there is no argument against veganism. Oh, yeah, there are plenty of arguments against veganism. They're typically invalid. The logical structure is invalid or completely missing, or the premises are wrong. There are arguments. There's never been a valid argument that leads to a true conclusion that concludes with, like, veganism is wrong or debunked or something like that. Still have yet to hear anything remotely close. But hopefully one of these clowns that tried to, that got triggered from the Billie Eilish video will come. I remember on my ChatGPT video when I debunked the carnivore diet, remember how I typed in the beginning, I said I only want evidence-based information, solid scientific consensus. Furthermore, I'm a vegan, so please do not reinforce my biases. I want you to be as objective as possible. Someone said, oh, right when you said you were vegan, you biased it. So I'm thinking of making another video saying, I am a hardcore carnivore, and then ask the same questions just to, like, prove that person wrong. They're only clown arguments. Good point. Good point, Timmy. They are. That's what they are. These are the arguments that you hear, and there are plenty of them. They're clown arguments. Typically, yeah, invalid arguments and or with faulty, or I'm sorry, untrue premises. All right, so wow, that sounds tasty, Heidi. Can you send me some of that, or will that, like, go bad by the time it reaches here? Listen to Pink Floyd until you're comfortably numb, Uncle. Is that a reference to something? Some activity or substance or something? I cannot promote that here. Oh, yeah. Did Peter tell me that too? But Travis, I'll read what you said. Yeah, remember when Cracker Barrel added a vegan sausage to the menu? Like one thing. It wasn't like they said, here's our vegan menu. They added one option that people could eat that didn't have dead animals on it, and people lost their shit. Well, they changed their logo and everyone's going nuts. Well, I think it shows one thing very clearly there, Travis, that Cracker Barrel fans, for lack of a better term, are generally, not every last one of you guys, or if any of you are, but a lot of you Cracker Barrel farm, whatever barrel fans seem to be very precious snowflakes. Hey, thank you, AJ. We'll take that donation and we'll see if we can use that to maybe fund better trolls. We'll pay the highest quality trolls to come here. But thank you so much, AJ. In all seriousness, thank you. Yeah, maybe I'll get a chance to use it tomorrow morning if it ain't too warm in the morning. Actually, I'll look right now to see what the weather is going to be like in the morning. Will it be okay to walk out for a latte? I haven't really gone all week. Let's see, by 10 a.m. it'll be 79 degrees. Yeah, that's doable. We could probably do it. Uncle, no Cracker Barrel man guy? I've never really been to a Cracker Barrel, I don't think. Like, where are Cracker Barrels? Are they like in malls or something? Oh man, I had to visit a mall yesterday. Oh, it was such a horrible experience. Whenever I'm forced to go to a mall, it's usually like to go to an Apple store to like buy something or go to the Genius Bar to get something fixed or looked at or whatever. I usually go to an outdoor one, where it's nicer and the weather's cool and stuff like that. I had to go to an indoor one yesterday because that's the closest one to me. God, it was a horrible. I don't like malls. Now I see why I go to the outdoor one. It's further, but at least I can deal with it. Oh man, I go to that indoor mall yesterday. It's not a place for introverts. It's just not a place that I'm attracted to. Shopping and stuff like that, not my thing. But anyway, I didn't see a Cracker Barrel. That's why I went on that whole tirade against malls there, though. It's kind of funny. When I was a kid, like in junior high and high school, I did like malls, but all us Gen Xers, right? Let me know if you're one as well, a Gen Xer who like thrived in malls in their youth, but now I can't. I just can't, unless it's like an outdoor mall. An outdoor mall by the ocean too. I guess that's why I go there. It feels like the OC, the TV show from the early 2000s. Yeah, Johnny, you're so right. People are soft. Imagine freaking out over a logo, and not even your logo, just a business that you like. They change their logo and you lose your shit on the internet. Or if that same business offers one vegan sausage option or something like that, you lose your shit on the internet. Like, why are people like that? Why do people feel so entitled to... Well, first of all, why do people feel immediate outrage at things that... Like, why do they even bothered? And if they're bothered, why do they feel outraged? And when they feel outraged, why do they feel so entitled to shout it out on the internet like it's going to do anything other than like make you look like a precious snowflake? Let's see, Heidi says, Cracker Barrel is a freaking grandparent road trip classic. That's what I kind of thought in my mind. Good, you're very poetic there, Heidi. I didn't know how to phrase it. I just thought it's like for really old people or it was around a long time ago. So if you were a fan of it in the 70s, you'd probably be like 80 or 90 years old now or something. I don't know. That's what I was kind of thinking. Anyway. Hey, VLAM's going to go to a raw vegan potluck tomorrow. Still have no idea what you're going to bring that's compliant. Didn't realize you can't have peanut butter and soy sauce. Yeah, a lot of things you can't have. Like nutritional yeast might be, considered taboo. I'm not sure. But yeah, like stuff, any kind of soy sauce, namu shoyo, any of that stuff, you can't because it's been heated and stuff like that. What you're really safe, probably, V, is just bring some fruit. Seriously, you don't have to prepare anything. Just bring some mangoes or something like that. I don't think you're gonna get kicked out for bringing mangoes, or better yet, bring a durian. You'll have a bunch of friends loving you. New friends, I should say, immediate new friends loving you. So that's my tip for you. Bring some kind of raw fruit. Just pick it up, take it there, no prep. No one will give you any shit. Unless there's a new class of raw people now who don't like that sort of thing. That would blow my mind, but I've been to a few of these gatherings in my day, and that's that's what I would suggest. Oh, Johnny, so you've been to a Cracker Barrel, not in a long time. I said, I don't know if I've ever seen a Cracker Barrel in my life, guys. To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen one like physically in front of me, let alone stepped into one. There's a remote chance there was one in the mall I went to when I was a kid, like in high school and junior high, and maybe then I stepped in one, but I have no memory of it. But I'm just allowing that possibility. I should Google my mall in the 70s and 80s and see if I can find which stores are there. That'd be interesting. Yeah, Chess King. I remember Chess King, Copy Boy. Yeah, that. I don't remember Strawberries, but yeah, 80s Mall Rat. Yeah, Sega Center. That was one of my hangs there. That was the video arcade in my mall. And now you're in and out of the mall as fast as you can. And that's how I felt yesterday. I felt so bad. You hate people. What I did is my AirPod Pros with noise canceling, they're malfunctioning. So I booked an appointment for yesterday, and I went away from my webpage for a second to make sure I was free yesterday, and I came back. Oh, I saw my time is off, but instead of getting it for like 12:30, I said, okay, 1:30 is the next one. I didn't realize not only did it skip me up an hour, it skipped me up a freaking day. When I got there, I said, I looked, oh crap, my appointment's at 1:30 on Friday, and I'm here on Thursday. So they said, okay, we can squeeze you in, but you're gonna have to wait an hour. I go, oh my God, I'm going, should I just go home? Because there's no guarantee they're going to be able to help me. Long story short, they weren't able to. So I wasted an hour 15 there. And I just trying to find ways to kill time at the mall. Like so many times I'm going, I got to get out here. Angie said, well, at the food court, they have a Panda Express, and some Mexican place has some like vegan tacos or something like that. And I went there and I saw all the people in the food court. I go, even if I got something to eat, I don't want to eat around with all these people. I just don't want to. I was just not in the mood. I was in a bad mood because the air conditioner went down. I still haven't fixed my dishwasher. Now my AirPod Pros with noise canceling. And the reason why I love noise canceling is to block out the world, block out people screaming or traffic or gardeners or what have you, so I can be to myself. And I had to be around all these people to go deal with that. So anyway, AirPod Pros are broken, and my only option is to buy some new ones or just deal with the problem. The problem is like when things get louder, or say I talk with my AirPod Pros in, they start to rattle just on one ear. So I'm thinking maybe I'll wait till next month. There might be some new ones coming out soon, so I'm gonna wait at least a month and see what's up. But anyway, it sucks. Everything's breaking on me, guys. That's why I said the devil's after me, man. Breaking all my shit. He's been breaking it all ever since last July when he broke my like 2-year-old TV, and everything's ever since. It's just been on this roll, man. Seriously, this is one of the worst sequences in my life of crap breaking down. It's been hellish, I'm so sensitive now. When I hear a sound, I go, wait, is that okay now? I'm all tripped out, It's like it's really affected my psyche. It sucks. But anyway, enough of your poor cult leaders' fragile mental state now. It's not because I'm vegan, it's just because I'm just shell-shocked, basically. Johnny, I really have some kind of PTSD from so much constant like stream of breaking. At least in between the things breaking, I can get some work done, get some music done. I kind of fantasize, God, if I didn't have to dedicate so much of my time and energy fixing things or researching what to replace it with, I wonder how many more songs I could make, how many more videos I could make, it's yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Vintage appliances. Yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of have now. My dishwasher, I found when I called up Bosch customer support, they said, oh yeah, it was manufactured in 2008. And they said one of two parts is broken in my dishwasher. If it's a motor, that would be $400. And if it's some other thing, it's like $280. Plus to get a dude out there or I assume it's a dude, to come and fix it and repair, that's another couple $100. I'm going, crap, that's, depending on what you get, that could be a new dishwasher right there. And the Bosch guy, he said he's been there a long time, he's an expert, and he said, my advice, young man, I don't know if he called me that, just get a new one, man. 2008, it's probably not worth trying to keep that one going. So anyway, at least now I know where I stand. I thought I could get a part for maybe a couple $100 and keep it going, but no, it could be $400 plus another two You are the dishwasher. The thing is, our sink sucks for dishwashing. A lot of people have like a dual sink thing where you can fill one up with water and rinse in the other. We just have one sink basin thing there, so it makes it kind of tough. We don't have, and it's a really small kitchen. If you've seen our old vlogs where we used to make food demos, there's not really a good place to put a rack out to dry dishes. There's such limited counter space, like we used to have one a long time ago, but since we got a dishwasher, if you have some extra space, the other things get in there. So it kind of sucks. So anyway, I haven't replaced it yet. I've been washing dishes, sometimes the old fashioned way, sometimes just running it through our kind of broken one. But anyway, I'm not here to complain, guys. Let's talk about something else other than Ryan's problems. You guys don't want to hear my shit, I'm sure. Anyway, let's see. Uncle says it's always about half the price to fix something. Exactly. In my case, about the price of a new lower end dishwasher to fix my old higher end one. So anyway, Johnny, you need to get a new dishwasher soon. Oh man, sorry to hear that, man. And doing research for this sucks. I was all set to get this LG one. It looked really cool, had good features, and I was reading the reviews finally, and everyone says, do not get this. It sucks. Everyone kept saying that. Like, oh man, I almost bought something that was probably gonna break really soon. Oh, Johnny says, we all have problems, Ryan, so don't worry about venting. You can vent. I don't want to vent. I know what it's like to hear other people's stuff. It's just too much sometimes. I don't want to be that guy just throws it all out at you. I don't want to be the complaining person or anything like that. You want to hear about my problems, Space Ventura? I already talked enough about them. Let's see what else you guys are talking about. Like Peter saying there's this horrible place that opened in your city called Murderber. Really, are they just trying intentionally? They're going out of their way to piss off vegans and stuff. They're trying to get attention. Gosh, what assholes. And they literally don't even serve anything vegan. Of course, with a name like that, they don't even put vegetables on their burgers. So they sound like they're following some kind of carnivore, or at best some kind of low carb keto kind of philosophy. So yeah, they're definitely not friends of vegans with that name. They're intentionally trying to get vegans pissed off. And fuck these guys, try to just leave us alone. If you want to open a business, totally cool. It's their free choice. You guys are in a very free country up there in Canada. But my point is to intentionally choose a name that is going to piss off people who are against animal cruelty and exploitation. It's fuck you guys. Excuse my language here. You can tell them that. Peter, Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan said F you guys. So anyway, Varlish, you have no dishwasher and your washing machine is on its last legs. I haven't talked about our washing machine. It's as old as our dishwasher probably. It's still going. It makes a lot of noise. It's quite loud, but it's still going. I'm kind of wondering, gosh, should we be preemptive? Once we're over all these replacing all the other things, should we be preemptive and get a new one? Or should we ride it out till it breaks? I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. But anyway, yeah, ours is probably on a similar limited lifespan there. Why do Oreos stain your teeth so much? I didn't know that. I haven't really been eating Oreos since I found out they were vegan. I wasn't really eating them much when I was younger anyway. So anyway, so where is that hater? That guy was here earlier complaining I only had 31 viewers now. Now I say I have 50. So I told him I just got started 10 minutes ago. Give it a second, brah. He never came back. That's all he did. He came here and tried to shame me for only having 31 viewers on my live stream. Oh my God, I'm going to quit veganism now because I only have 31 viewers in my first 9-10 minutes here. Nope. Anyway, didn't stick around. He just ran. Anyway, let's see. Hey, Redlocks, did I see Tosh Peterson, aka Vegan Booty, got her visa to the UK denied? She wanted to go to the vegan camp out. You need really? What kind? Aren't travel visas really easy? I thought you just signed something. Why can't she enter the UK? Was she going there for work or something? Because I could see that might be more complicated. But if you're just traveling, what? What? Why? Going to the UK, it seems like they'd be more cool than say someone from the UK coming here might get denied because our border stuff's really weird now. Let's see, late model. You didn't grow up with garbage and don't desire now. You're talking about Oreos? I wouldn't go as far to call them garbage, but yeah, I mean, at least for me, if I had a Oreo thing, which I don't, you know, I would eat it like how I eat ice cream or something, like once in a while, you know, or maybe for be ironic, have like a vegan junk food party or something like that, you know. Travis says, doesn't she have a criminal record? Oh, that could do it. Hey, that's what I was looking at, AJ. Once I saw the LG one was not good, I went on to Google and Reddit, like, what are the most reliable washing machines? And people's talking about getting these like $5,000 Miele or $2,000 Bosch. I can't. No, that's no. But anyway, yeah, I was looking at Maytag. Someone suggested that Maytag is a good value for the price, and yeah, I saw one that was like maybe $550, $600, and it's actually way better reviewed than the Korean made ones I was looking at. I assume that's where LG produced that. For all I know, they produce in China. But anyway, yeah, you bought it for $100 20 years ago and it's still going strong. Yeah, that's what my mom's got too. I called up my mom's and said, hey, what do you guys got over there? And they said it was a Maytag, and they said, yeah, it's been doing all right. You know, it's still working. So anyway, I'm looking at that as a potential one. Get a used. I'm going to get a new one. I'll see. I don't know. I'm afraid to get a used dishwasher. That just kind of scares me a little bit. You know, I could see maybe getting a used like stove, like a vintage stove. I get that. We almost bought a vintage stove, you know, because we have a vintage kitchen and it will look great in there. But I'm not so sure about a vintage dishwasher. I would wonder, why is it on the used market? But I'll figure it out. It's not a pressing hurry thing, but this air conditioning thing is a hurry, especially being in the middle of summer here. Yeah, I know they're not anything special, late model. I totally get that, but they seem to have a certain value quality kind of ratio proposition there. I mean, meaning they seem to be fairly well liked by people who bought them. I mean, I see people trashing $2,000 Bosches online too. Yeah, don't get me wrong, none of them have perfect reviews, but yeah, the Maytags seem to have a better review. And yeah, I've seen some people on like Reddit forums saying, yeah, they got a Maytag and it's surprisingly well made. Johnny, I'm not sure if all LG products are manufactured in South Korea. I just assumed that. I know, like, say, Samsung. I thought they did, you know, they're a Korean company. And I thought they didn't manufacture everything in Korea. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought they did some manufacturing in China for some products. I'm not sure where LG does their stuff. And I saw LG has a higher line one that had better ratings, but that was like $1,100 or something like that. Yeah, Uncle, cool. You have a vintage stove? Yeah, we were so close to buying one. There's like not too far from here, like the next couple towns over. I think it's Lomita, Vintage Stove Heaven. You may have heard of that, Uncle. They have all these refurbished stoves. Like they get these stoves from like, you know, 50, 60, or like older than that, 80 years ago, you know, like stoves from like the 30s or 40s. They refurbish them. They get them working good. We almost got one of those, but we didn't. Well, Peter, somebody's asked Murderber, that dumb restaurant that's owned by fuckers, if they have vegan options, and they said yes, our burgers are made from vegans, grass-fed vegans. So yeah, they're intentionally trying to be assholes. I would love them to come on this live stream and defend being such a bigoted a-hole, because, you know, I'm vegan, but I don't go out of my way to like say that meat eaters or I eat meat eaters, grass-fed. Like, what a dick. That's just such being an intentional a-hole. Like, okay, I mean, if you want to be an a-hole, again, it's their right, but, you know, a-holes suck, you know. It's not like people love a-holes. Well, maybe they do now. I don't know what's going on anymore with the world. Yeah, no, sir. I know old Maytags have a great reputation. I'm fully aware of that. But it seems like the newer ones seem to be held in higher regard than, like, say, newer ones I was looking at from, like, say, a lot of other brands, like, say, LG, Samsung, stuff like that. Yeah, motherboards go out. I know exactly. I don't know what to do. It just totally sucks how we're in this situation now where everything's digital. There's motherboards and crap like that. You know, it totally sucks. Let's see, AJ, your GE dryer motherboard went out a year after you bought it. Cost hundreds to fix and replace it out of warranty. Wow. Well, that's not what an appliance repairman told you 2 months ago. Sarah, let me know if you have any tips on what I should be looking at as far as buying a new dishwasher. I haven't done it yet. I almost rushed into it. I'm just glad I'm waiting now. I just want to take my time. I want to get as many opinions, do as much research as I can, because it's something, I'd like to live with for a while and not have it go down. So yeah, I don't want to rush into anything. So yeah, if you got some suggestions as to what to look at, let me know. But I can't spend like $2,000 or anything. Even 1,000 might be tough. So let me know what you guys have. Some good positive things to say about. Your new washer crapped the bed when it was out of warranty for 2 months. Wow, that sucks. What's that? Vegan Metalhead? You might see if you can sell your bone-handled pocket knife tomorrow. Yeah, unload it if you don't want to be carrying the karma of that thing. Totally cool. Oh, awesome. Great. That's also, we always get excited as well when we see crows appear, in our yard or when we're out somewhere. They're magical birds. I totally agree. Let's see, Varlish, your washing machine was ancient when you moved in to this at 19 years ago. That's about when we got our washing machine new. So yeah, maybe yours is on its last legs. Maybe we got a few more years of ours still. Let's see. Your landlord had to buy a new dishwasher. He went up a notch on quality, and we'll see if it lasts longer than 2 years long. What did he get? Let me know and let me know if you're liking it so far. Like, what did your landlord get? If he or she went up in quality? I'm kind of I'd love to see all sorts of ideas and opinions. I want to make the best decision I can, buy the best thing at the best price that I can afford. That's going to last a while. Uncle, your dryer is about 40 years old. Oh, washing machine, not dishwasher. Well, I'm kind of curious though. What did you get? Because actually, I might be in the market sometime. Hopefully not too soon, knock on wood. I tell you, mine's about 20 years old, knocking on 20 years old. So let me know what you got, and I'll keep that in mind when I'm thinking about getting that sucker replaced. Let's see, Milo. What happened to Milo? You'll be medically assisted in dying in a couple of days? What? It's been one of your greatest joys. No, what's going on, Milo? Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. You're really you're being medically assisted in dying in a couple of days. It's been one of your greatest. Oh my God, Milo. Yeah, I remember. You said you were undergoing a cancer treatment. It's not. It didn't work. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Milo. We're gonna miss you, and yeah, we're all like shocked, like now, like what? Wow. Well, Milo, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm kind of just like speechless right now. Just letting it all kind of sink in. I don't think you're messing with us or pulling our legs. You've been with us here for a long time. Peter says his mom's friend got medical assistance in dying because he was told he had less than 2 weeks to live with cancer. Wow, that must be what's going on with you, Milo, because I remember you said you were diagnosed. I couldn't remember what kind of treatment you said you were doing or not doing. So I guess now we know it's too far. And I'm so sorry to hear that, Milo. Wow. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Yeah, super bummed, super sad. No one's ever come on a live stream and told me this. So I'm just like, wow. Wow. So it sounds like this a few days. We're not going to see you anymore, Milo. Awesome. Well, I'm not awesome. I didn't mean to say awesome there. So this is the last time we're going to see you on a live stream. It sounds like, Milo. Wow. So I remember this live stream, man. Wow. Yeah, Heidi reminds us that Milo said he hasn't been able to eat or drink well. He had noted recently. Well, Milo, honestly, it's been an honor knowing you knowing you the best that we could. You come in here for a long time. I mean, I can't remember when I first saw you, a couple years back or so. I always remembered you because, yeah, you're living on the Big Island. And you're we have a couple things in common like that, like like some of the old music I'm into. You like the Hare Krishnas, and we've enjoyed your stories. We enjoyed you sharing your life with us here, Milo, and telling us about what you've been up to, what you've been doing, and it's likewise been an honor knowing you. And if you just want to tune in, if you're not feeling good, you don't want to have us ask a ton of questions, I totally get it. I'm sure that could be just really exhausting just talking about it. So if you just want to tune in and listen, I'd be honored just to have you listening to us, Milo. So anyway, yeah, we're really sorry, and we're really going to miss you, Milo. AJ, Milo, thank you for letting us get to know you all these years. We'll miss you so much. Yeah, Blood Rose, so sorry, Milo. Rest peacefully. Yeah, you're really gonna be missed here. Yeah, you've been a regular for a long time. Farley says that was how my cancer-ridden father wanted to go, but his heart got him first. Yeah, probably not. I don't think Milo's gonna have a heart attack. He's just been eating a really good, clean diet for so long. Let's see. What's that, Sarah? You want to keep your coat for a while, hopefully? What is that? I'm not sure if I understand that. A little burp there from the chickpea sandwich that Angie made us. Oh, I see, Varlas. Your dad also developed dementia before he died, so no longer make the request. Oh, in reference to Heidi's comment. Oh, I see Heidi's comment now. These bodies are just coats, and when they can't serve us anymore, we move on. Yeah, Sarah, I see now. You want to keep your coat for a while. Yes, we all do. I'm so sorry to hear that, Graven. Yeah, cancer. There's really nothing good to be said about cancer. It is hideous. It's an unfortunate thing that exists on this planet with us, and it really doesn't have to. It should have never been here. Yeah, pretty much all of us have someone in our lives that we've lost to cancer. Yep. Well, Metalhead, you were at a memorial service for 3 of your relatives last weekend. Your mom's cousin, his mom, and his nephew. Like, what happened? Did they have, like, some kind of mass tragedy or something? Like, how did they all have a service at the same time? Let's see. Peter has some good news. Every single Fairmont hotel location in the entire world will never sell a single day its animal fur or skin or leather come the end of this year. Wait, what's going on? I'm not sure if I understand something about the way you phrase that and the punctuation. They're not going to sell. They're not going to sell any more like furs. Is that what you're saying? If so, that is awesome. Yeah, but yeah, I'm so sorry about that loss. Yeah, my bad for not even having the decency to say I'm sorry about it. I'm just shocked. Like, wow, what happened there? That just sounds like a horrible thing. If all 3, that they died at different times, and they're all cremated. Okay, all right. Ooh, I just thought, wow, what happened? You know, they're traveling in a car together and something bad happened. Okay, all right. Well, I was gonna say, wow, you're going through some heavy shit right now. If they all just passed 3 close family members. Okay, they died different times. They're all cremated and had a service for them. I get it now. That makes sense. I mean, it's sad, but yeah, definitely not as tragic. But yeah, very sorry for your loss there, vegan metalhead. Okay, so here's what Peter's saying. They protested outside your Empress Fairmont location. PETA did some protesting. There was a massive campaign, and they came and caved, and they're never going to sell animal skins, furs or skins. Awesome, good job. You know, and people say, oh, you vegans protesting with your signs, you're just wasting everyone's time and pissing everyone off. Like, maybe so, you piss some people off, but here in this case, the people they pissed off aren't gonna like sell animal furs anymore, so that's a huge win. So congratulations. Wow, Sarah, I'm so sorry. That sounds like probably the worst year of your life, huh? Lost 5 friends under age 35, all in 1 year. Wow, I can't even imagine how horrible that must be. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, Dana, seems like all of us are having hard times, you know, in one way or another, you know. Wow, what's that, Graven? That sounds crazy. That story in the news, I didn't hear about this, of the woman that killed her cancer-ridden husband. Wait, maybe I did hear something. It sounds vaguely familiar. She killed her cancer-ridden husband, and then their 2 small kids, and then herself, like, okay, I could see maybe there's some kind of mercy killing if your husband, you know, is you know, too sick and that. Maybe he wanted it. I don't know, but killing their kids? Like, what the hell? What's wrong with people? Oh, man. Yeah, I can't imagine a mom doing that to her kids. I can see maybe the husband wanted that to happen if he was that sick, but I can't imagine that kids ever wanting that. It's crazy. Wow. She was a TikTok influencer? What the effing H? Wow. What is, man, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to say about it. That's just so sad, so messed up, and just so didn't have to happen. Wow. Oh, man, I'm so sorry to hear that, Garrett. Sorry about your dad. He died as a vegan with awful cancer too early 8 years ago, and he was vegan for about 10 years. Wow. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that too, Sarah. Your friend killed her cancer-ridden mother after the mom begged for it. Your friend is pretty messed up as a result. Yeah, that's kind of a, yeah, I mean, that's maybe too much of a request to ask of, you know, for your child to do to you. At least find some kind of physician-assisted situation. You can't ask a loved one to do that for you. That'll mess you up. Travis, yeah, most of the U.S. still bans medically assisted in dying. I hate the idea of forcing people to keep on going when they are suffering and worn out. I know. I don't understand why we can't make that decision. You know, if you're, I mean, not just anyone, like a normal, regular, healthy person, just someone that meets certain, you know, requirements, you know, and, you know, I don't understand why that is, why people don't have that sort of bodily autonomy to, you know, if they're fully of sound mind and understand what kind of decision you're making, and you're in a horrible, like, you know, illness. I don't understand why you have to keep going. If you can't bear it, if you can't afford it, I'm not sure how that's freedom. So your friend, she's super mental and a raging alcoholic, getting in trouble with the law. It's really sad. Well, that's just a double tragedy. The mom getting cancer is horrible. when not wanting to live anymore, and probably not be able to find a legal physician to help because of what Travis pointed out, so having to ask a loved one like that and then messing up the loved one, that just sucks all the way around. And this just shows you how cancer just sucks. See how the daughter doesn't have cancer, but her life is messed up because of her mom's cancer. Yeah, I've heard psychedelics on Fulmar music can help people with terminal illnesses. I've seen there's been some research into that, you know. I don't know too much about it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Blood Rose, it reminds us that life is short. If we can make changes by speaking out for others, yeah, we leave behind a legacy of great value. I mean, that just really came like front and center for me this year too. You remember like a few months ago, what was it, like May or so? You know, I almost got hit head on, you know, by a maniac in a high-speed police pursuit. I mean, seriously, if I had been a little further in the car, he was driving on the wrong side of the street, I would have been in a left turn lane. He could have just came right into me. Just, you know, unfortunately, I was so far back in the left turn lane, I was still approaching. He just nicked the very back of my car. But I was like, you know, a few more car lengths before he could hit his head on. You know, that's when I realized, fuck, man. Wow. I dodged a bullet that day, you know. It could have been a head on at a high speed. And anyway, yeah, what is going on with Chef AJ? Is she beating cancer? Heidi says 50% of us will get cancer. Really? So yeah, so your friend that had to do this to her mom, she loaded her mom up with morphine, so like a forced OD. Wow. So hey Milo, you said you had a psychological exam. You truly want to die now. Yeah, well, I'm sad to hear that, but I'm happy that you seem, from what you say, you have someone to assist you with that, like a professional of some kind to help you with that, you know, as opposed to like trying to get a friend or loved one to do that, which as we see here is no, that's just way too much to ask of someone. So I'm glad you have sound mind, you know what you want to do, and you have you know, help someone to help you, you know, fulfill your bodily autonomy wishes there. Vegan Now says, Matt the Vegan says, Matt the Vegan or Mike the Vegan? Anyway, if it's Matt the Vegan or Mike the Vegan, either way, if you want to say hi to me, I'll say hello to you now, Vegan Now. You want to introduce yourself or any questions for me or anyone here? And where's that guy that was complaining? I only had 31 viewers when I just got started. Now I'm up to 57, knocking on 60. You know, I just told him, we just got started. It doesn't matter. I'm the same person. I'm going to say the same stuff, whether I got 30 viewers or 60 or 10 or 100. I'm just little old me here. Wait, Matt the Vegan Now. So remind me, Matt the Vegan is who? Do I know? I probably do know a Matt the Vegan, but I probably have not communicated with Matt the Vegan. Matt, like, let me remind me who is Matt the Vegan? What's his real name? If he goes by a real name online. Oh man, sorry to hear that, Uncle. A good guy you worked with and were friends with for 45 years succumbed to prostate cancer last year after 2 years of terrible treatment, and that he was 62 years old. Wow. Yeah, Sarah, we all hope Milo finds peace. 100%. Yeah, great. Yeah, Milo, very brave. Sorry you're in this position. Now, we're all asking, who is Matt the Vegan? He was against the vaccine. Oh, was he one of the guys that came here? I mean, I don't kick people off for being against the COVID vaccine. That's not a reason to get kicked off my channel. Here's the reasons why people can get kicked off my channel here. Let me show you the rules. And it's not working right now. Crap. Let me try it one more time here. Hang on one sec. I'm going to try to restart my app. Ah, crap. What's the use of using apps if they're not going to work? Let me try one more time here. Oh, here we go. All right. So here's the rules that we need to live by here. Be civil, no personal attacks, harassment, racism, sexism, probably something like that came up. That's I kind of remember something like that going on. You know, there was some kind of not, you know, we were not engaging, or at least he was, from what I remember. It's been a few years not engaging in you know, a honest, good faith discourse is what should we do here. If you're just going to be attacking, just throwing out misinformation and having no evidence to support it, stuff like that, it's not going to work out well here on this live stream. Anyway, Fulmar, somebody get Ryan some LSD stat. I don't need any LSD right now. No, I'm going to tell you right now, I've done LSD a little bit in the past and other things, psilocybin mushroom stuff. I haven't done LSD even in the 90s when I was like into psilocybin. I maybe LSD like once or twice. I don't like LSD at all. It lasts way too long. Like, who wants to be tripping or having an entheogenic experience? What do you want to call it? For like whatever. Who wants to be in that like whatever for 12 hours or so? You know, that's just way too long. Compared to like, say, like 4 or 5 hours for psilocybin mushrooms, much more reasonable. You don't have, you know, who has all day, like 12 hours to like do it and then come down and be able to get home and whatever, assuming you're not doing it at home. And plus, when you're doing LSD, I'm telling you why I don't do it. You're at the mercy of whoever the chemist was. You know, it doesn't grow on a plant like, you know, the plants do. So anyway, no, he was talking about a guy named Matt the Vegan who got banned on this live stream. Basically, I remember him. I remember what Matt the Vegan was doing now. I remember he got banned for being a level 5,000 vegan. He was putting down vegans who didn't think exactly like he did. He thought he was the one that figured out the secret or truth behind veganism. I totally remember that now. So yeah, we don't tolerate level 5,000 vegans here, because level 5,000 vegans inevitably screwing up pretty much rule number 1 big time. And rule number 1 really just means just be chill, be cool. You can have strong opinions and beliefs, and you can have strong opinions and beliefs that are different from mine. That's cool. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not an authoritarian or anything of the sort. I'm just a rational, chill person who likes to engage in honest, good faith discussions. So if you're doing this crap in number 1, we can't have a discussion. I refuse to give time to people who are engaging in bad faith and just like, you know, personal attacks and I'm better than you. I'm a better vegan than you for whatever bullshit reason they think they have. So anyway, that's that. Yeah, Uncle, I've done my share of being like a calming down people on various things like LSD, ketamine, you know, to name a few things, who thought they would never be normal again. Yeah, especially with LSD, just tell them, hey, you know, in a couple hours, you're gonna be totally fine, man. You're gonna be totally cool. You're gonna be like me, all chill and everything. You'll be giggling. Don't worry. You might be in a weird spot right now, but trust me, you're gonna be totally fine in an hour or so. Really? It's really going to be over? I'm going to be totally fine? Yeah, you will be. The worst thing that will happen to you is you'll be exactly the same person you were when you started this journey. You know, maybe you'll have something better, you'll gain some insight that'll make you a better person. Who knows? Is Michael going? Good night, everyone. Love y'all, all you vegans so much. We love you too, Michael. Thanks for being with us. What guy's on LSD, Fulmar? What guy's on LSD? Jay, you're sober. 6 months alcohol, almost a month weed. It's so much better. Congratulations for you there, Jay. Yeah, I'm not like advocating substances or anything like that. I'm just telling you my 2 cents since someone was talking about LSD. Like, no, definitely not. AJ, yeah, Say just that, Nikki. I never did drugs except alcohol either. It's a good thing. Had your first edible this year, never again. Yeah, that's the bad thing about edibles. I have kind of a love-hate thing with edibles. I rarely do them. The thing that sucks about edibles, as opposed to like smoking or vaporizing flowers, if you will, is that when you're doing the latter, the smoking and inhaling, you know how much you're doing. You can see it. You know what your dose is. But when you eat an edible, unless you read the package really carefully and understand what such and such milligrams means, you don't know. You could be eating way too much. You might be eating like you should maybe halve it or quarter it or something like that. Or your tolerance might not be there. So you're eating what like a seasoned daily eater eats, but you take it and you're going to feel like you're seeing Quetzalcoatl, the winged serpent from Aztec mythology, unfolding in front of your eyes. That'd be way, I'm saying that's the bad thing. And when you're smoking and or vaporing, you can like judge. You had a hit. Need a little bit more. Okay, more. When you eat it, you're pot committed. You've eaten that. You can't like take any out or anything like that. So there's a lot of pitfalls, or I should say cons to edibles. That said, if you have the right amount, it could be a really chill, peaceful night. But I've had moments where I'm going, I'm never doing an edible again. This sucks, and I kind of lean more towards that. Yep, Sarah, too much edibles isn't a good time. That's for certain. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Edibles take a lot longer to absorb, and that's a problem too. You might eat your edible and think, 45 odd minutes have gone by. I don't feel anything yet. I'm gonna eat another one or something, and then bam, you've had double dose and it all hits you. So yeah, but I'm like what late model Sarah says, the Camino edibles that I get over at the dispensary not far from me. They're like little gummies, and they tell you exactly how many milligrams, and they tell you how many milligrams of THC, CBD, or CBN. They have different proportions. Get what you want. You want to be more chill, get a high CBD one, stuff like that. If you want to address pain, CBD is the way to go. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, those I would say, the onset of those seems to be around 30-ish minutes. I haven't done them in a while. The last one I got was pretty much all CBD, so they're not as fun. So they're just kind of sitting around. I just save them for pretty much for me or Angie if we're having some kind of pain thing, like sometimes she gets migraine, so she did her migraine pills and her aspirins or whatever. It's not enough, so she'll hit one of those and a CBD gummy, and better. So that's what they're for. They're using it really truly as a medicine. No, we're not playing with the word there. You think of mustard when you see my yellow water bottle? Funny, it's like a giant mustard bottle. That'd be weird if I'm just sipping on mustard all the time. That'd be crazy, huh? Milo, you live in a cow pasture, magic mushroom field. Well, I hope you are, you're able to utilize some of those right now. If they're ripe and you're ready to go, you can't do them before their time. But if they're ripe or ready to go, dried, preferably even, hopefully that'll help you out right now, Milo. AJ, your edible hit fairly quickly. Okay, it happens. It depends. How full you are. If you had a meal before, empty stomach, those things can affect how quickly you feel them too. From what I remember, I'm not an edible expert. Riffing on magic mushrooms is pretty good. What do you mean riffing exactly, Fulmar? Music, like riffing some music or something? I can't say I've ever played any music on mushrooms. I don't recall ever having done so, at least. Let's see, Johnny, when you get out of the military, you thought about giving THC a try, but want to retain your security clearance law? Really? You can't have cannabinoids in your system to get a security clearance? That sucks. Jay says magic mushrooms taste so bad, always made me puke. Yeah, they're kind of a weird acquired taste. I have to say that, even in recent times, and I haven't had one in years. But I remember I remember that weird funky taste. The weird, strange little quick story I'm gonna go on about that is when I was a kid, I didn't like eating mushrooms. Mushrooms in food. Cooking mushrooms, and ever since I took psilocybin mushrooms, now I love mushrooms, just food mushrooms. So there's a dumb little story. Uncle, you tried CBD but didn't like the body high? Well, you might want to do, Uncle, is me and Late Model can share with you these Caminos vegan. They're vegan gummies, and they have different proportions of CBD, THC and CBN. The one Sarah first suggested to me, which one was that again, late model? What's that first flavor you suggested? It was kind of a bluish purple one. That one's really good. So if you can find that, Uncle, just look on like weed maps online or something like that and see where the nearest place has Caminos. But let Uncle know what that is. That's really nice. It's a great blend. I don't know how to put it other than just like it's a perfect blend of the cannabinoids. Yeah, peyote does make you puke. I've never done that, but that's a known fact there. Yeah, for sure. And see, Garrett, they are making mushroom juice that you can take as a nasal spray to eliminate nausea, like from psilocybin mushrooms, or just like regular. I don't see how you want to lose it, just like from like non-psychedelic mushrooms. Okay, it's the Night Camino gummy. So look them up online, Uncle. See if you can find those, because I can vouch for them. Yeah, the social ones. I think those are the ones I got for pain, for headaches and stuff. And that social thing's such a misnomer. It's like, no, you're going to lay on the couch super chill and tired, But those first ones, late model suggested, that's a nice blend of feeling chill, but not too chill. It's really good. And they taste quite nice too. Okay, so Johnny, they ask about your drug use. If they find out, they'll take it away. I guess you could say you've taken a gummy. You've taken a gummy for pain that has CBD, and for all you know, there might be some THC in it because it's just I don't think they can guarantee there's 0%. You could probably get away with something like that. You were taking some CBD gummies to help with pain, but you weren't taking THC gummies because we know that's illegal or not good for your clearance. That might be you're out there perhaps. I'm not telling you to lie to the military or anything like that, but if you got pain, you got pain. I can't believe I'm telling Johnny how to cheat the United States government military. I'm not doing that. Fomar, I am high on pain and gummies? What? Oh, trumpets, graven. Yeah, I got those plants. Yeah, angel trumpets or brugmansias. Yeah, whatever you do, Graven's absolutely right. Don't mess around with brugmansia trumpets, angel trumpets. I've never done them in my life. I can get them, almost any time because I have a few of the plants growing around. But anyway, my point is, I remember when I first read about. I don't know if the site's still around, but Andrew and I read it a few times when we got these plants in the 2000s. It was called Trip Reports. It might still be around. Reading all the reports that people, their self-reports of tripping on brugmansia or angel trumpets, it's insane. Often a common theme, I don't know how they end up like naked in some back of a pickup truck across state lines, and before that they find that they're smoking, but they don't smoke, they don't have a cigarette, and then all these weird stuff, just to totally lose all touch with reality. It just sounds crazy. So yeah, don't do those. Yeah, Trip Reports, it's hilarious to read and made me never have any interest in taking one of those. Garrett, can't test for magic mushrooms. Yeah, I don't think they have any tests for like tryptamine molecules like LSD, DMT, or psilocybin. As far as I know, they don't test for those substances. So you could probably do that. And they don't test for performance-enhancing drugs like steroids, so you can get away with that. Yeah. Those trumpets are beautiful. I mean, when they're in bloom and you have a whole bunch of trumpets blooming at the same time, Uncle, it smells delicious. That's why we got them. Open up the windows and have this beautiful fragrance come in the house, like a perfume. But a design. Hey, you guys know I don't like when I smell people's cologne. This is gross too. And I went to that mall yesterday. I don't know what happened. I was sitting down in a chair at the Apple store or a little chair outside in a hallway at the mall. But anyway, I came back and she says, I smell you. Do you smell like someone's cologne? I go, shit. Did I touch someone's stinky cologne? But anyway, you guys don't like that stuff. And I found it was on my back of my shirt. Yeah, it must have been on the chair I sat. Anyway, the angel trumpets, the brugmansia, it's a very delightful smell. Yeah, you can die, Graven. Yeah, totally. Don't screw. I'm not saying it's not a joke. Yeah, don't mess around with that stuff. You really want to have an altered state of consciousness. There's much better and way more safe things you can do than screw around with brugmansia, angel trumpets. Don't do it ever, please. Let's see, Travis, it'd be hard getting through your work day on hallucinogens. Yeah, for most people. That's why I said, who wants to do LSD? Who has 12 hours to dedicate solely to being in that state of mind? That's a long time, like half the day. Let's see, the military can test for LSD now? I didn't know they had like a tryptamine compound test. Interesting. Huh. Vegan vug? No, what is that about Ellen spelling bad? Let's see, Uncle, have I heard of alpha gal syndrome? No, a rare but potentially life-threatening illness that makes people violently allergic to mammalian meat and dairy products. Oh, spread by ticks. Yeah, I did do a video about that a long time ago. I should watch it. Maybe I was kind of a dick back then. I'm going, this is fine. I have no problem with this. I guess it sucks for the people, but if it forces them to eat plants, and once they do that, they can learn you're not going to die. You can still eat all these great tasty foods, be healthy, athletic if you want to be, There's nothing limiting about eating plants other than like maybe you're inconvenienced at some places like a Miley Cyrus. No, you won't be limited there. If you go to a non-Miley Cyrus show, you might have some troubles. Oh, that's cool, Peter. I didn't even notice you were gone right then. It was all chill. We didn't have any trolls or anything like that. It was all good. Oh, sorry to hear that, Sarah. You only did LSD once, and I was like, okay, can this be done? It wasn't a good match for your brain wiring. That's the thing. Here's another thing what I don't like about LSD. Kind of sort of like edibles. Like, remember I said edibles? You're really not sure what the dose is. Like, the person could measure it wrong. And if they measure it right, you might not understand what this milligrams really means. Well, LSD is crazy. It's active not at the milligram level, but the microgram level, like an order of magnitude less, like smaller than milligrams. So my point is that makes it quite tricky for the chemist. Who knows how skillful he or she is. So if they measure wrong or just a little bit off, you could be having like 200 micrograms or 500 micrograms, which is like, woo, you're gone. 100 micrograms, you're dancing, having a good time. There's a huge difference there. 500 laying on the floor, you're not moving. You're not going to die or anything. You might feel like you are, but that's the whole thing. It's hard to control the dosage. Mushrooms, you eat them. You can weigh them out beforehand. They're grams. They're bigger. You can judge how many you see before you. So that's another reason why I think LSD sucks. Getting the dose right, it lasts way too long. It's crazy. So yeah, you probably got a big dose there, Sarah. Sounds like one. Because like a micro dose of LSD is fun. No one has a bad trip on like just a little bit. You don't barely feel it. The colors might seem a little more vivid and stuff like that. Sounds like you got a lot there. Fulmar, I am tripping my nuts off. Well, be careful. You don't want to lose your nuts there. Oh, Miley Cyrus. I'm sorry I said, I've been doing this a few times. It's proof that veganism is debunked. So a couple times I've said Miley Cyrus when I meant to say Billie Eilish. And I deeply apologize to all Billie Eilish fans. I apologize to Billie Eilish. That sucks. I never want to slip that up again. Billie Eilish is way more legit and sincere and honest about her veganism than Miley Cyrus ever was or was ever. Anyway, my bad. Sarah, you don't like being altered? It depends. For me, it really depends on set or setting. If I'm out somewhere, like going to a concert, that's the last thing I want to be. I don't want to be altered. I want to have all my faculties there. You might need them. You never know what kind of situation could arise. Best time to do it is, I've said, it's like in a private setting where you can control the classic 60s variables of Timothy Leary's vocabulary, the set and setting, your psychological set and your physical setting. As much control you have over those two variables, that goes a long way to determine what kind of experience you can have. Because if you can be at ease and relaxed, you can let go, because it sounds like, you say you don't like being altered. Yeah, if you're in a place where that would be risky, you want to keep your ego with you. You don't want to just let go and let it all unfold. That's a risk. That's why I don't like going to places or venues. I like to be at a house, a friend's house, something like that. I was even in a private setting. Not for you. Wow. Okay. That's cool. I can totally respect that. I'm just going, set and setting are huge variables. And another huge variable is how much you're getting. If some of these things, it's hard to control that variable as well. And I want to make it absolutely clear, I'm not encouraging anyone to do these substances. I am not promoting these substances. I'm just sharing my experiences that I had a long time ago, pretty much in the 90s. From what I remember, the little nuggets of wisdom I've carried forward with me all these years, I'm just sharing them with you. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to be cool or anything like that. I'm just trying to give you some tips if you're doing that stuff. I'm not promoting this. I'm not saying you should do this or anything like that. A lot of people shouldn't do this, really. It's kind of it's not for everyone, for sure. Travis, you think the 90s were rough? I don't know. It depends. Everyone's got their different perspective on the 90s. For me, it was a pretty cool time. I know Sarah liked the 90s. What's that, Travis? There have been some studies that seem to show that psychedelics have helped veterans and even PTSD. It's just cool because in the 90s, it was a class Schedule 1 narcotic, no research, no scientific value. I'm glad that's changing. Now there's bodies of research on these kinds of plants and compounds. And they've helped people, veterans with PTSD, even after a few experiences and no further treatment, and other sorts of people with traumas and things like that. So that's great. Why force people to have a worse mental health situation by banning the research on a substance or plant that could help them? It just makes no sense. It's just some kind of dumb ideology. That sounds awesome, Graven. The last time you did acid or LSD, you listened to Sonic Youth in the dark. It was magical. Yeah, music and substances like that, especially dance, if it's the right mood, right kind of music, can be magical. I totally get that. Varlish, you can't type tonight. It's okay. Move through the line. Yeah, some bud in the bowl. Yeah, nothing wrong with that either. Totally fine. Yeah, that's what I prefer to have. I like to have a little flower, listen to some music, or chill out, watch a chill movie or something like that. But the bud in the bowl. Yeah, I remember when our song came out, Glittering, a few weeks ago. I cleaned out the bong, or the water, what's that called? Bubbler, that's what it's called. It's not a bong, it's called a bubbler. It's a lot smaller. Cleaned it out, put in some fresh green, and listened to our song streaming on, coming through the streamer, and full high quality audio. Yeah, that's what we did. That's the last time I had some. Yeah, I thought you had fun in the 90s too. That was a pretty crazy time for me too. Yeah, Graven, I agree with you. I think the world actually was. I'm not joking. Yeah, I think the world was better in the 90s. People didn't idolize moronic troglodytes. Yeah, weed should be reclassified on the federal level. Like, I know they have, there's been issues like, being able to establish a bank account and stuff like that, having money be managed like in a normal way, having to carry large sums of cash on hand, stuff like that. A cash only business makes it dangerous, more crime, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why weed should have like federal prohibition. If the new administration is going to change some of these things around, I'm pro that. Or if any administration, for that matter, hell, if Obama or Biden, declassified or rescheduled a lot of these things, made weed a non-federal banned crime thing, that would be anyone. Yeah, I'd go, yes, please do so. You shouldn't go to jail or have crimes brought against you for smoking or possessing weed, whereas you can go and buy much more dangerous things legally, like alcohol, screw up your liver, destroy your family, drive a car and kill people. That's legal, not those activities, but the substance there is legal. But weed is illegal. It makes zero sense. That's why I'm not like I'm not a big drug guy. I just don't understand the justice in that distinction. Alcohol, all these problems, legal. Weed, way fewer problems. Go to jail. You know, that makes zero sense. Let's see. Filmar Music, I wonder why you're not just a political channel. Veganism is the way. I don't want to be a political channel. Politics, no. Especially right now. Let's see, Johnny, you know plenty of people with PTSD. Sad seeing people with that condition, I bet. I know. Metalhead, you weren't born till the late 90s. Oh, you're a youngster. You're, yeah, cool. I wish I was your age. Oh, you got to go to bed, Garrett? Well, I'm glad you're here with us. Glad you could spend as much time as you can. Yeah, the stream will be up. Unless something crazy happens, I'm not going to make it private. And nothing crazy has happened yet, and I don't anticipate anything crazy going on. Sorry, Johnny. He said, are other mental issues due to military service? Unfortunately, you're one of the many that deal with mental health issues due to military service. That's what sucks, you know, that that it's a job that, has a super high risk as far as like, worsened mental health. And it sounds like, that you guys aren't receiving, and gals aren't receiving enough support for that, right? Like what are they doing to help you with that? If you don't mind telling us, if anything, if they're offering anything of real value that's helping you. Jay, you envy people who can moderate their use. You're an addict. I get that. And that's why I feel kind of bad talking about this stuff, saying you've been, like sober from everything for all these months. And I admire that. I know people, I have close friends who are in the same situation as you are. And from what I understand, the research has shown it's some kind of genetic thing. Like you guys are wired. You guys, I mean, who have addictive behaviors, addictive tendencies, your brains are wired differently from someone like, say, me or Angie, where we can have, smoke a joint or whatever, not to say she, or have a glass of alcohol, and it doesn't turn into anything more. It doesn't become like a problem for our lives or anything like that. I enjoy a little glass of wine here or there. Last time I had one was on our wedding anniversary a few weeks ago. Just special occasions like that. Or say a fine summer evening, I go, gee, it's really nice. I'll go get a rosé from the store and we'll make a nice meal around it. Something fun and classy like that. But yeah, for some people, though, if you do that, it triggers more behavior like that, more drinking, more, I get it. So I feel bad, and I'm glad you don't think worse of me. Because one time we had a viewer who was complaining on the live stream that I should stop that. I would be way better off and healthier. And I said, look, I appreciate that you're concerned about me, but I don't have the same substance abuse issues that you have. I said, I know, I'm well aware of that kind of problem, what it does to people. And for people that have that problem, yeah, you got to be straight edge. You have to, or else your lives run out of control. But that doesn't happen for us. We share a glass of rosé for our anniversary, and our lives are fine. I haven't had a sip since, so I get it. Let's see. So Johnny, yeah, people that have gone through the Veterans Administration, the VA, but you won't be going through the VA. Do you have somewhere you can go, Johnny? Even if it's the VA, like something might be better than nothing. I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'm thinking aloud. Yeah, and absolutely, Sarah. Yeah, we all know alcohol is not a health beverage or anything of the sort. Yeah, we all know this, but people are allowed to choose for themselves. And that's why I like to have some in moderation, And often, like when we on our anniversary, we did something crazy for us. When we had wine, we each got our own glass so we could clink our glasses together. That's pretty rare. Usually when we go out somewhere, we'll share a glass of wine together. Two grown adults and me. Remember, I'm like 6'5", 200 pounds. We'll share a glass of wine together. That's how, you don't need much. I just like the flavor of like pairing a wine with a meal. It's fantastic, but you don't need to get drunk or anything like that. You just want to have the flavors all mixed, and it's very delightful. I don't even like getting a buzz from wine. I just like the experience of all that I just described there, the gastronomic joy of life or something like that. That's awesome, Barlich. I haven't had booze since 1992. Awesome. That's good, Johnny. You used to use the service at the mental health service at the university, but you don't go there anymore, right? Well, yeah, you should see if the VA would be of any use. Give it a shot before you don't do it ever. Maybe it's useful. I don't know. If you got it, they're offering it to you. Peter, I think you sent me that video who thinks vegans are smug. I'm not sure if that would make a good response video. What am I going to say? Like, I'm just thinking like, what a dick, I mean, he seems really smug, I'm not sure how great of a video it would make, other than maybe I'll make a short or something like that. Like, what an asshole, I'm not sure what more I can say about someone like that. I mean, some vegans are really smug and some are not. Some meat eaters are really smug, some are not. So it's just stupid. Whenever someone tries to generalize about vegans, it's going to be wrong. The only thing you can generalize about vegans is that we're against animal cruelty and exploitation, but that's not what they ever say. All you vegans are smug, or all you vegans think you're better than it. It's just whatever follows after all you vegans, it's going to be a bunch of bullshit. Oh, you still go there, Johnny? Awesome, good. I'm glad you have some place to go to. Late model. So you do love beer. Okay, you so much, but you don't like how you feel when you consume it, so you don't. Oh, I get it. Okay. That's why I like about drinking just a little bit of wine. I like it, but when I start feeling like a little, what do you call the buzz coming on, I back off. I don't want to get buzzed. I don't want to get drunk or anything like that. I just like to enjoy it, feel a little bit, and pair it with food. That's my alcoholic switch. I don't drink beer. I'll have some wine sometimes, or some champagne on rare occasion. Wow, Graven, yeah, if you had alcoholic parents, you're doing the totally 100% right thing. Don't drink ever. You've seen it if both of your parents were alcoholics, there's an extremely high chance, from how I understand, I'm not a medical doctor, from what I understand, there's a really high chance that you have that same genetic disposition too. So very wise of you, very just observant of you to realize, what you saw and realize that could be you, and not do that. 100%. You made the total right decision there, in my opinion. That's great, Alvaro. You quit drinking after 18th birthday. Awesome. Okay, that's the same chef who eats horse meat tartare. Is that the guy that kicked that was supposed to? Was that the chef that was supposed to like make a vegan meal for someone in England, and he didn't fulfill his promise, and she complained online? He was a total asshole about it. Was it that chef? Full more music. I don't know if I understand the logic of that. You stopped drinking, but you went to Hong Kong. Like, how is that connected? Okay, it's a different chef than that one. Okay. That's not the same jerk. Oh, hey, Marco. Yes, I stream every Friday night. Whatever time it is for you right now, subtract an hour and a half. For me, that would be 6. It's 7:30 right now, roughly. So I start at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, every Friday we're here. We come and chill. So come with us. I pretty much never miss a Friday. It's super rare. I've been doing these Fridays for years consistently. So yeah, this is my time, my day and time. I haven't tried those non-alcoholic beers. I don't even like beer that much. I do kind of on occasion like a light Mexican kind of beer, the lighter ones, like, you know, the like Corona style, those to me, those are very delightful and refreshing in the right circumstances. But it's pretty rare when I have one of those. Yeah, I can't remember the last time. Probably last time I had a Mexican beer, or any beer for that matter, it's probably been like 3-4 years, maybe, probably longer. Yeah, the algorithm has screwed me, Mark. Welcome to my world, man. The algorithm has completely screwed us and Happy Healthy Vegan for the most part. So here, I'm still here. Still doing it despite the algorithm not suggesting us to our subscribers and not suggesting us to new people. But, you know, life goes on. I'm not going to complain about it. You know, I can't change the algo. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. Yeah, Angie makes the shorts, Peter, the YouTube shorts. I haven't made too many shorts, but I guess I should get into it. You know, I don't know. Should I care about subscribers? I just do what I do. Maybe I should care more about the growth part, but I just do my work, and, you know, that's it. If I'm not doing the right things to make our channel get big and stuff, all right, so be it. You know, I don't want to get caught up in playing the YouTube's game. I want to do my thing. I'm gonna make the videos that I want in the format I want. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm working on my music business stuff too, which I guess is my true love. Not to say this isn't, you know, this is a passion, but music I've been doing way longer than I've been doing vegan activism. But I obviously love vegan activism. I'm doing this all the time. But yeah, you guys know I'm a musician who happens to be vegan, you know, so I really appreciate having my music business time too, rather than trying to just put all my efforts into YouTube with the hope of maybe getting some more subscribers. No, I can just make some more music, make some more songs, you know. So anyway, yeah, I hear you, Sarah. Shorts with advocacy, I've made a few. It's just kind of a pain in the butt, you know. I just don't really want to put any more time to grow YouTube as a platform. I understand the value of short form videos. It just doesn't interest me all that much. Other people are doing well with them. That's cool for them. And I'd rather just work on some music business stuff. Like I feel like I you know, I do my work on my regular videos here, my live streams. I don't really want to work on shorts too. That means I would be putting less time into the other stuff I want to work on too. So that's it. Yeah. If I had more time, maybe so. But anyway. Yeah, I see Hinch Herbivore, Danny, formerly known as Lifting Vegan Logic. They make great shorts. Yeah, just not something that really is interesting me. It's not too much. I'm not attracted to that, at least not right now. Things can change. I'm not saying I'm against the form on any principle or anything like that. Just right now, I just not feeling it. But that can change. What's that, Uncle? You're Scotch? Scotch. I mean, Scottish and Irish on your mom's side, and Scotch and soda on your dad's side? Like, what? Is this a bad joke? Let's see. Fulmar Music says, philosophy on current knowledge of AI, please. What, like AI videos? No, I don't want to be making AI videos. Even though I have to say, I've been using AI more regularly. At first, I was kind of using it as like a sort of, a bad way to describe it is like a substitute for Google or something like that. Now I'm actually doing more actual conversation with it. Like one thing I did with it strangely was, you know, my broken dishwasher thing. I want to have my next dishwasher have the same kind of, you know, there's different places where all the crap hooks up, the water, the drain, the electrical. You can put it on the front, you can put it on the back, it can be on the side. I told ChatGPT what my current dishwasher was, where the hookups are. And I was asking about ones I was interested in and asked it to find out, are the hookups in the same area? Because I told him I wanted the install to go as smoothly as possible. So he helped me weed out ones that would work out well for the way mine is currently configured, so it'd be an easy swap or not. I mean, that's really helpful. I mean, I have to read through a bunch of manuals, watch videos, look at photos. It did it for me, and it took it a while. I had to go and search and go through manuals, but I thought it was really cool. It's like, wow, now this is a great use for AI. Hopefully the information is right. You know, we can't be 100% sure, but anyway, yeah, I thought that was a good application. And sometimes too, I discuss with it music theory ideas when I'm working on a song and I'm going through some chord progressions, and maybe I want to like change a chord or something like that. And so I'm discussing like jazz harmony and stuff with it because I know it on a basic, really slow motion level, but I don't think it really quickly. So, or I don't know it on a super deep level. So it helps me out. I run ideas past it. So it's been helpful in that regard too. I don't have it write songs for me or anything like that. No, I just use it as like if I had a really clever like harmony, jazz harmony friend I could call up on a moment's notice and not have to bug one of my real friends, like a flesh and blood brick and mortar friend. Yeah, I've seen Brian Turner use shorts to expose stupid carnivore stuff. I know. I just don't feel all that compelled to do that right now. Maybe I will at some point. But anyway, you never know. But yes, there's only so many hours in a day. Wow, Blood Rose, you got your girlfriend to ask AI about the benefits of being vegan. She's another step closer. Awesome. Varley's Google AI gave you the wrong day for your train station reopening. That's why something like that, you got to fact check that for sure. If you're depending on a date, to be, for something. Ooh, let me text Angie to start our peel off. I got that all fired up. Should we start the Tuscan kale peel off? See what she says. But yeah, we got that all packed away in the Instapot right before the live stream. So I told her I would text her about half an hour or so before we're finishing up here. So yeah, it's 7:36. Yeah, around 8 o'clock. Anyway, Uncle, regarding my channel title tonight. No one has presented really any extraordinary claims yet, right, Uncle? We haven't had anyone try to come like debunk veganism yet. So that's Angie getting back to me. It sounds like she's gonna get on it. But anyway, yeah, Danny, formerly Lifting Vegan Logic. Yeah, he's doing lots of great shorts. Angie sees them on her feed all the time and tells me about them. So that's cool. Yeah, let these guys and gals, kick ass on the shorts. I'll just keep doing my thing right now, for better or for worse. Dividing my time between my videos here and my music work. Ooh, little burp there. RM8000, you still here? What carnivore diet influencer bugs me the most? I don't know. I don't watch them. Honestly, don't know. Like, the only ones I know are people that I've responded to, but for other reasons, like maybe Peter sent me a video of Paul Saladino saying plants are trying to kill you or something like that. So I don't follow carnivore influencers. They're of no real concern to me. I don't care. They can do their thing, and I'm not going to follow them. I don't want to support them by giving them clicks, unless I'm specifically going to respond to a video. Then I'll have to watch it or download it. Cool. Danny's going to be at vegan camp. Awesome. Fallon Maria, cool. I'm glad you love the long form videos and you love that Angie does the shorts. That's how we do it right now. Angie's making all the shorts all the time. The short videos that go to here and TikTok, Instagram, and I do these longer ones that are in the horizontal format. That's how we have it divvied up right now. Let's see. Oh, you watch shorts maybe 10% of the time? Mythulion? That's cool. Do you think that's a lot or a little bit? Oh, Heidi's the same there. Cool. Brian Kohnberger is vegan. He's a murderer. Complained he's not getting vegan meals in prison. Wait, should I know that name or something? He complained he's not getting vegan meals in prison. Huh. Huh, I don't know what to say about that. I'm not sure what to say about that, to be honest with you. I mean, you would think they should have plants in prison. They're just not giving them enough plants. Late model, you cut back on YouTube, but it's easy for you just to watch a few shorts. Yeah, I just kind of watch a few kind of philosophy guys right now. That's been my main YouTube consumption. In fact, I saw one of our viewers there yesterday. I was right before the video premiere yesterday. I was on YouTube getting ready for the premiere. I saw in my suggested or recommended, I saw, oh, allegedly Ian's on right now on a live stream. I usually watch him after the fact. So I went over there, I made some comments, and then one of our guys who I've seen on our live streams before, Otto, it's something Otto, I forgot, OTTO. Anyway, he said, hey, Ryan, good to see you. And I say, hey, I'm getting ready for our premiere tonight. But anyway, I just kind of watch philosophy dudes right now. He killed 4 college students? Fuck, where and when was that? He's complaining about a lot in prison. Should have thought about that before he did what he did. Yeah, if he wanted to make sure he had access to plants 24/7, yeah, prison might put a damper or might cramp that wish a little bit. In Idaho, okay, wow. Okay, not Iowa. Okay. Okay, I kind of remember something like that now. I didn't realize he was vegan, I guess. Or was he vegan then or went vegan later? That's just weird to be vegan and think it's cool to like murder students. That's just effed up. It shows you how vegans come from every walk of life. You can be a vegan and murder people, That's just, yeah. He has psycho eyes. So you gotta be. If you're gonna kill 4 college students, you gotta be totally hardcore psycho. Yeah. You doubt he's vegan? I wonder, huh? And his sister has psycho eyes too? Wow. Huh. Yeah, it could be a genetic thing or, how you were brought up. Maybe if your parents were particularly not good to you, caused some major trauma. Cool, Julie. I'm glad you love Angie's short videos. Awesome. Yeah, that's a good debate question, huh, Jay? Can you be vegan if you kill people? I mean, I'm not going to argue for him or anything like that. I'm not trying to defend him, but I think technically, though, one could... God, it's messed up again. I think one could make the case that, vegan... Well, I have the wrong words highlighted here. 1 second. I'm not talking about diet right now. Let me just get rid of this highlighting here. Technically, it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. It says nothing about how you treat people or anything like that. So I'm thinking, so I'm just riffing, freestyling here. I might change my opinion next week if we talked about it more, which we don't need to. I'm thinking technically, though, I don't want to say this, but I don't see anything that violates animal cruelty and exploitation. I'm saying, if he's not eating meat but killing people, it sounds like you can't be a vegan murderer, I think. What do you guys think? Am I... I mean, you would think, though, if you had compassion or didn't believe it was right to treat animals cruelly, you would think, oh, yeah, shooting humans is an act of cruelty, too, And humans are animals, so therefore, so what do you guys think about that? Yeah, people are animals too. The thing is, the definition seems to be pretty clear. They're talking about non-human animals, but still, technically, yeah, humans are animals. So if you have compassion for animals, you should have compassion for humans too, you would think. And yes, Uncle, our dinner tonight, the Tuscan Kale Pilaf, is in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. So... What do you guys think on that issue? I can see how it could be argued both ways. Murray is right. You went vegan and your right eyeball fell out. Let me see. Where's Murray saying that at? Be vegan if you want. Your eyeballs will eventually be sucked into your skull due to the vacuum created by brain shrinkage, but no one is obligated to adopt veganism, nor is it moral imperative. Hey, Murray, thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing your opinion with us. Let me get it up on the wall here. Do you have any evidence? Because this is our show is about evidence-based information rather than just opinion. Every opinions like assholes. Everyone's got them, but facts are a little more precious and rare. So I'm going to put your words up here and we're going to have a look at them. So you can have a look at the rules really quickly here. Anyway, here are your words for...
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full
Oh crap, it didn't copy? Let me come back here. Copy. Bam. Okay, why is copy paste not working? Is it because I'm vegan and my brain's about to fall out of my eyeball or something like that? Let me try one more time here. Okay, there we go. So, Murray, I'm not sure what you said, but do you have any evidence that that vegans' brains are shrinking? Should we type that into Google or something? Like my eyeballs will be sucked in my skull? Let's just go right now and have a look to see what kind of information exists there about vegans' eyeballs will be sucked into our skull due to brain shrinkage. So let's just find out really quickly. Let's go here really quick. Let me go type this into our search engine. Do vegans' brains shrink? Not shrink, shrink. All right. No, here we go. There's no scientific evidence to support the claim that vegans have smaller brains. So Murray, what do you think about that? Do you have any evidence that suggests that this is wrong? And here, it tells us where this idea comes from. The claim that vegans have smaller brains likely stems from a misunderstanding of research on brain evolution and nutrient deficiencies. And we can find, let's see, to link to the studies here. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to see what information or evidence that you can bring. Can you, if you type into Google, do vegans' brains shrink? Do you get a result that says, yes, vegans' brains indeed shrink? This is true. I'm just kind of curious. What do you have to support your claim that vegans' brains shrink? That's a common feature of vegan. Like my brain is just barely there, you know. Somehow I can manage to play chess pretty much every day. I'm doing all right. I can still, read philosophy and do all right. So Murray, where are you? Where are you, big fellow? You talk a big talk here, buddy, but when pressed for some actual evidence to support your extraordinary claim here, and it requires some extraordinary evidence. So where is your evidence, Murray, that vegans' brains shrink? Because I'm just going piece by piece through your claim here. I'm taking one step at a time. Now I'll see if vegans have a problem with their eyeballs getting sucked into their skulls. Do I need to go type that in too and see if that's what happens to vegans? So let me know. Where is your evidence for any of your claims? Or are you just coming here being an asshole, just making up mean, crappy shit to say about people who are different from you, and you're other than us. You're making us an other. Others are bad. It's us or others, and we're the other. You're making us sound like some horrible people. So where is your evidence out there, Murray? Has Murray bailed already? You just pooped on our live stream and bailed? Wow, man, it just shows you what kind of balls you think you have. You think you're all tough coming here. Oh, you vegans have tiny brains, your eyeballs are shrinking. Then when pressed for any evidence to support your outrageously insane claims here, you run faster than Usain Bolt on a 100-yard sprint. So awesome. I know he can't come back with evidence because I think that's what scared him when I pressed him for evidence. because they don't have any. All they have is rhetoric, bullshit, talking points, propaganda that they say amongst each other, and they congratulate each other. Yes, vegans do have tiny brains. Yeah, you know, of course they have tiny brains, you know. But when pressed for evidence, these guys run because, you know, I'm not in that little circle jerk anymore of like, oh yeah, what you say is totally true. Yeah, I agree. You know, no, I'm asking you, show me your evidence, and you have none. Anyway, enough of Murray. Murray is a coward and a liar. So yeah, he basically...
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy.
I did leave your words up there, and you couldn't support. He pooped and bailed. You got that right, Julie. Let's see. Hey, Navya? Let's see. Okay, your hubby's watching this as you're sitting here. Hey, awesome, cool. Hey, hubby of Navya, how you doing? Thanks for watching. You caught me at the end of dealing with a person just talking smack on vegans, you know, saying that our brains are small and they're so small that it creates a cavity where our eyeballs sink into our face. Yeah, it happens. Look, my eyeballs are totally sunken in. Yeah. Anyway, Murray got slimed by a vegan ghost, huh? Yeah, don't you hate that late model when your eyeballs fall out? It sucks, you know. Life's tough enough, you know. It's tough enough being vegan, you know, eating all our plants. But it sucks that in addition to all that, you have to get your eyeballs once in a while because our faces are so sunken. They fall out, the friggin' eyeballs, you got to put them back in. It's a pain in the ass. I don't have time for that in my day. Do you? You know? Anyway, I hate it when they just poop and bail. Not coming back. Yeah, there's studies, Sarah, that shows that correlates tofu consumption with eyeballs falling out, you know? So I have it bad, you know, I come from an Asian culture and we eat tofu and so our eyeballs fall out. But if you're vegan and Asian, your eyeballs are falling out like hardcore, you know, there's nothing you can do about that. Yeah, Heidi, the eyeballs. That's a good one. So let's just remember this. Let's laugh. Let's laugh at this stupid knuckle dragon Neanderthal that came here tonight. Let's appreciate this one more time here. That if you're vegan, your eyeballs will eventually be sucked into your skull due to the vacuum created by brain shrinkage. Just appreciate that. Just remember, God, what an idiot came to the live stream tonight and told us our eyeballs are falling out or sinking in because our brains are shrinking so much. I mean, come on. Wow. Do people really believe this shit? That's what I want to know. Did this person really think that was some kind of true fact about of reality that he was sharing with us? Or did he just say that because he thought it would hurt our feelings or something like that? Either way, it's sad and scary. If he thought it was hurting our feelings, that means he's a dick. If he thought that was a true fact about reality, it makes you wonder, where did he get such an extremely effed up belief like that from? Did he make it up in his own head, or were other people telling him this? And if so, where did they get this effed up idea from? It's just bad all the way around. That's some very creative writing, huh? That is pretty good. Vegan Corey, August 16th, made 7 years and 5 months vegan for you. Awesome. Great for you. Congratulations. Oh, it's you 90% of the time, Navya. He's against social media. I'm not a big fan of social media either. It was funner like 20 years ago, even 15 years ago. But yeah, social media just kind of sucks now. Yeah, but I don't really look at YouTube as social media. I mean, yeah, we have the social aspect of the live stream for sure, that we're all here socially chatting in real time for sure. But, you know, it's just when you get down to it, YouTube is really a platform for video, you know? It's just been liberated. You're not at the hands of just like big media companies making videos. I mean, they make videos for YouTube too, obviously. But yeah, little people like me that couldn't ever get their stuff on NBC or whatever, you know, Comedy Central or whatever would put my stuff up. You know, you just put up yourself. So it's just really another platform for communication, you know, for video, communication through video. Great. Well, thanks, Navia. AJ, Murray thought he had to explain big words to this English major. What a dork. I thought he was talking about me. I saw some comment when I looked really quickly. I thought he was saying, do you need to explain the big words to him? I thought, me, I don't know. I didn't know he was talking about you. So I would have like kicked his ass if I had known that. I thought he was just saying I was too stupid to understand him. But no, he's the one that proved to be absolutely too stupid to put together any response to my request for an argument or evidence as to why we should believe any of the any of the stuff he said here. I mean, this is just gibberish. Really, it's just like, as Sarah said, kind of poetic or creative gibberish here. I mean, did he use AI to help come up with this cracky? I mean, did he go to ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, Perplexity, and say, hey, give me a totally wacky, zany, gibberish thing to say to a vegan on his live stream who's looking for evidence why veganism is wrong. Make it stupid and crazy. And this, I should do that right now. No, I don't have time to type it in, but I'm going to do that later. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to come up with stupid things to ask someone like me to see if it outputs anything remotely looking like this, because that would be crazy if it did that. But I'm kind of wondering if that's what happened. Don't Lose to Buddha. That's a good band name. I like that. It sounds like a 90s band name. Don't Lose to Buddha. Let's see. Blood Rose asks, well, if it's true that vegans' eyeballs fall out, do carnivores' brains fall out? It sounds like, yeah, he had no brain. He'd gone insane in the membrane. Let's see, what kind of rice do we use in the Tuscan kale pilaf? Great question, Uncle. It's a wild rice blend. So there's some like dark wild rice mixed in with some lighter colored rices. I think we get that at the Sprouts Market. Whole Foods has something like that too. At Trader Joe's does not have a blend like that, if I remember correctly. Vegan Corey says, so September 13th is going to be the Animal Rights March. Thanks for sharing that, Corey. I was not posted yet or made aware of that date yet. AJ, I love wild rice too. Yeah, too bad it's kind of expensive, but I love wild rice. Very delicious, very nutritionally good for you. Let's see. Let's see, and Peter will be going to the Animal Rights March in London, England on the 6th of September. Good for you guys. Good for you guys getting out there and, making a stand with, a group showing solidarity. That's awesome. Yeah, Heidi, yeah, Whole Foods has lots of good little vegan snacks like that. Yeah, sometimes I'll get their, sandwich, their BTLA, at least ours has it. It's some kind of, it's all vegan, like a fake, bacon, tempeh, avocado, lettuce. It's really good. And sometimes they make them in their little deli, but if you go to the refrigerated section, you often find them for half off. I guess they want to move them out. So that's my deal. If I see it half off, I'll get two. That's like BOGO to me. I told you, I live for BOGO. So if I can find the 50% off vegan sandwiches at Whole Foods, I grab them. No, don't even think about it. Oh wow, horse racing protest in Saratoga, New York tomorrow. Wow, you gonna go to that? Yeah, I'm not sure, Heidi. I'm not sure if all Whole Foods have that, because I think that's a dish that our particular Whole Foods makes in their deli, and your deli might have whole different things there. Vegan, maybe not. But yeah, check out if they do make a vegan sandwich in the deli though. Yeah, go look in the refrigerated section and see if they have that same sandwich for half off. Anyway, hey guys, I should get going. It's pretty much 2 hours right now, and that Tuscan kale pilaf ain't gonna eat itself. I gotta get out there because Angie started about half an hour ago, and it's been about that time, so I'm ready for some dinner. I went to the gym today, so yeah, spent some energy running around the basketball court and plenty of games, but I literally ran around the court. After I got done with my basketball workout, I continued my running workout around the court, did just like a half mile around the court. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty hungry, pretty ready to scarf a nice big meal for my last meal of the day here. So let me think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you, y'all. Yeah, Peter, keep sending me some more video ideas. I said I love your suggestions. I don't think every one of them makes a great a response video for me. I might do a short about that dumb chef maybe that you told me about. But yeah, keep sending me ideas. I'm always looking for stuff. So yeah, next week, the plan is the same as usual. Get one long form video out, live stream on Friday, and hopefully Angie will get a few more shorts up, like, 7 vegan meals and all that. So yeah, thanks, Peter, and for Uncle for both being here tonight, moderating. We just had 1 or 2 people that weren't nice to us, and they weren't really much of a problem. Someone has tested positive for the plague. Holy shit. Okay, damn. I'll look into that, Peter. Hopefully that doesn't spread around here. That would really suck. And thanks everyone for being here. Thank you, AJ, for our super chat tip tonight that will go to the better class of troll fund, which I just might put into like a lunch or breakfast fund tomorrow, perhaps. Thank you so much. And maybe it'll be part of my soy latte California tomorrow. We'll see how the weather is and everything. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. And again, thanks for spending your Friday nights or your Saturday mornings with us on this wonderful, friendly, and chill gathering of fun and chill people, guys. So thanks so much. I will see you guys all really soon. And remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. All right, bye, guys. Much love. Next week. It's not working. Damn, my button is not clicking there. I'm going to do this one more time. My whole dramatic moment went away. All right, guys. I will see you. I'll see you soon, guys. All right, bye-bye.